Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Live or Diecast. I want to thank each and every single one of you for tuning into this episode. Today, we're going to be working on a little custom. This is one that I started a while back and I kind of gave up on, and I have recently acquired some nice wheels from Tortoise Tom 1. Thank you, shout out to him. And it's given me an idea to bring this back to life. I have stripped the paint off of it. I couldn't figure out what color to paint it, so I kind of wrapped it up and put it to the side. But in today's video, we are going to take this apart. I've already drilled it out and tapped it for screws. We're going to extract these axles, and we are going to build some custom axles and put some real riders on this. I haven't decided what color we're going to go with, but we're going to do some details on the engine, and we're going to paint this bad boy a color. I'm not sure what color yet. White, blue, red, green, black. I'm not sure, so stick around, stay tuned, and let's have some fun. And we're back. Let's turn a little light on here for ourselves. And first off, what we're going to do, using a little straight screwdriver and a pair of the end nips, we're going to cut these little metal tabs off. We're going to extract our wheels, and we're going to measure up our axle tubes using our hobby tubing. So let's do that. So what we're going to do here, we're going to find a drill bit that's about the same size as our tubing, but we want the bit to be a little bit bigger in diameter. And what we're going to do is we're going to drill, and we're going to create a little channel here. Now this is a metal base, so it's going to be a little tougher than if it was plastic, but that's okay. We got a good sharp drill bit. Shouldn't have any issues. So we'll be right back. We're going to go drill this out and create a little channel for our tubing to fit in nicely, and we'll be right back. Okay, so using our drill bit, we have drilled this out, and we have created a little channel through there for our axle tubing. Now, using our Sharpie, we're going to make marks. We're going to make our axle tubes, and we're going to use our razor, and we are going to cut our axle tubes, and we'll be right back. All right, we've got our copper tubing cut to length on both ends. Now we're going to mix up some JB Weld. We're going to stir it up, and we are going to glue our axle tubes into place. Okay, so we've got our axle tubes JB welded into place. Now those tubes are a little bit bigger in diameter than that axle was. So on the underside of this, there's these little axle channels, and you can see that we have taken our drill bit and we have drilled channels in there just enough so that when we set this down on top of those axle tubes, this will clear and sit down and sandwich those axle tubes in place really nice for us. So, alright, so our axle tubes are glued into place. Now we're going to take our Dremel tool and our cutoff wheel. This time I'm going to run these sewing pins through these axle tubes, and I'm going to use my cutoff wheel to make some little holes in the top of that copper tubing, and then that's what's going to hold our axles in. But this little pin is going to keep me from going too far through the copper tubing. It's going to ensure that I do not cut all the way through the copper tubing with my cutoff wheel. So we're going to go make some little cuts. We're going to make 4, one here, one there, one there, one there, and we'll be right back. All right, we've got our axles made. Now let's do a little test fitting and make sure everything's going to fit okay. Nice. All right, everything's gonna fit nice. Now let's get some JB Weld mixed up and let's get our axles glued into place. All right, so here we go. Here's what we got so far. This thing is low. Check out my shifter, the little shifter knob. It's got a nice roller. This thing is low to the ground. Got some engine details done. And I think I'm going to paint it orange. I think I'm going to do a real nice gloss orange on here. I might put a couple of decals on it. But there you go. There's where we are so far. This is part 1. The weather is crappy outside. It's 40 degrees, so I can't do any painting. So for now, we're at a standstill. But I wanted to go ahead and upload part 1 of this build. I wanted to thank each and every one of you for watching this video, commenting, interacting with Live or Diecast. And stay tuned for part 2. We'll get some paint on this, maybe a couple of decals. I don't know, we'll see. Stay tuned, stick around for part 2. This has been Live or Diecast. Until next time, I'm out.